So before I start this review, I quickly want to go over the new Tom and Jerry shorts that aired the week before. They're honestly pretty good. It had fast animation, great slapstick, and an overall made me laugh the entire time. It said there's only 2 episodes of it because I wanted to see more than the actual movie. This movie is awful. I mean, it's not one of the worst films I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just your typical kids movie. The plot was laughably predictable, the human characters were forgettable, and this movie felt unfinished to me. But hey, at least it was better than the first Tom and Jerry movie, and Wizard of Oz, and Spy Quest, and Willy Wonka. Why are there so many bad Tom and Jerry movies? Going into this movie, I thought this was gonna be okay or average at best, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. So now I'm about to go into spoilers on why I didn't like this movie. If you haven't seen the movie, please click off. Although if you want to see my critical score, here you go. Alright, let's get this over with. So like I said before, the plot was forgettable and so were the human characters, although I did like the animation for Tom and Jerry. Now, I like Chloe Grace Moretz fine. She's a fine actress. I just didn't like her character. She was really bossy towards Tom and Jerry. I guess the chemistry between her and Tom and Jerry were okay. I just think she could have been a better protagonist. But hey, she's still a better written character than Ray. Also, I was expecting either this guy or Luis from Ant-Man to be the twist villain of the movie, but turns out there was no villain. It's just a wedding movie. Hell, if you even cut out Tom, Jerry, or all the other cartoon animals, for example, then it's just another stupid romantic comedy. The wedding still could have went on with or without Tom and Jerry. These two will probably get together. This mustache guy or Luis from Ant-Man would probably sabotage the wedding. Yup, sounds like every romantic comedy, just with Tom and Jerry in it. Although they were kind of building up Luis from Ant-Man to be the villain of the movie, judging by his actions. He kind of knew Tom and Jerry were wanting to stay, so he tried to sabotage their plans by ruining the entire wedding, getting Chloe Grace Moretz fired and all that. Oh, I forgot to mention, guess what this movie has? That's right, the liar reveal trope. Same old family movie cliche. Buster, straight Buster. Well, I hate that trope with a burning passion. She kinda deserved that one. Imagine stealing someone's resume and then sabotaging their chances of getting a job. That's not good character writing, that's just being a jerk. Now, as I was saying about Luis from Ant-Man, they were kind of building him up to be the villain, but then it just stopped and they kind of forget everything just for the wedding. Oh, and don't think I forgot about Tom and Jerry, because this movie sure did. This entire movie forgets that Tom and Jerry are supposed to be the main characters, even though it's called Tom and Jerry. It's like they're there for brief moments and it just goes back to the human characters. Just what I freaking needed in a Tom and Jerry movie. A romantic comedy plot. Now, as for the slapstick in this movie, it is way off in my opinion. If you look at the old Tom and Jerry cartoons, the slapstick and violence worked because it looked like they were getting hurt. The slapstick doesn't work here because the animation for it is too rubbery, so it looks like they're not getting hurt at all. The character animations are great and all, it's just the slapstick that could have been way better. So now that I covered all the plot details, what do I think of this movie as a whole? I've seen worse movies in my life, but this is still pretty bad, which is really upsetting because Tom and Jerry, along with Looney Tunes and Avatar, are my favorite cartoons of all time. If it wasn't for the bland story and characters, I would have loved this movie if it was just Tom and Jerry. This is one of the biggest disappointments of 2021, and I don't plan on rewatching it anytime soon. I'm gonna give Tom and Jerry a 4 out of 10. This is really depressing. I was really looking forward to this movie, and it just turned out to be a disappointment. But hey, at least we got other great stuff coming in 2021. We got The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Godzilla vs. Kong, Dune, Raya and the Last Dragon, a live-action Fairly Odd Parents series, a remaster of Legend of Zelda Skyward... Wait, what? A live-action Fairly Odd Parents series? And Butch Hartman, one of the most infamous, ableist, homophobic cartoon creators, is involved in this? Here's where Nerd Geek Man goes berserk.